As my taxi groaned away, I saw Gatsby walking toward me across his lawn.
Your place looks like the World's Fair, I said.
Does it? I have been glancing into some rooms. Let's go to Coney Island, old sport, in my car.
It's too late.
Well, suppose we take a plunge in the swimming pool? I haven't made use of it all summer.
I have to go to bed.
Alright.
He waited, looking at me with suppressed eagerness.
I talked with Miss Baker. I'm going to call up Daisy tomorrow and invite her over here for tea.
Oh, that's alright. I don't want to put you to any trouble.
The rain cooled about 3:30 to damp mist, through which occasional thin drops swam like dew. Gatsby looked with vacant eyes through a copy of Clay's Economics, starting at the finish. Tread that shook the kitchen floor and peering toward the bleared windows from time to time as if a series of invisible but alarming happenings were taking place outside. Finally, he got up and informed me in an uncertain voice that he was going home.
Nobody's coming to tea. It's too late.
Don't be silly, it's just 2 minutes to 4.
He sat down miserably as if I had pushed him, and simultaneously there was the sound of a motor turning into my lane. We both jumped up, and a little Howard myself, I went out into the yard. Under the dripping, bare lilac trees, a large open car was coming up the driveway. It stopped. Daisy's face, tipped sideways beneath a concerned lavender hat, looked out at me with a bright, ecstatic smile.
Is this absolutely where you live, my dearest one?
Are you in love with me?
Are you in love with me? Or why did I have to come along?
That's a secret of Castle Rocket. Tell your chauffeur to go far away and spend an hour.
Come back here in an hour, Freddie. His name is Freddie.
Does the gasoline affect his nose?
I don't think so.
Why? Well, that's funny.
What's funny?
For half a minute there wasn't a sound. Then from the living room I heard a sort of choking murmur and part of a laugh followed by Daisy's voice on a clear artificial note. Gatsby, his hands still in his pockets, were reclining against the mantelpiece in a strained counterfeit of perfect ease, even of boredom.
We've met before.
We haven't met for many years.
5 years next November.
I went in after making every possible noise in the kitchen, short of pushing over the stove, but I don't believe they heard a sound. They were sitting at either end of the couch, looking at each other as if some questions had been asked or what was in the air, and every vestige of embarrassment was gone. Daisy's face was smeared with tears, and when I came in, she jumped up and began wiping it with her handkerchief before a mirror, but there was a change in Gatsby that was simply confounding. He literally glowed without a word or a gesture of exhalation. A new well-being radiated from him and filled the little room.
Oh, hello, old sport.
It stopped raining.
Has it? What do you think of that? It stopped raining.
I'm glad, Jay.
I want you and Daisy to come over to my house. I'd like to show her around.
Are you sure you want me to come?
Absolutely, old sport. My house looks well, doesn't it? See how the whole front of it catches the light?
Yes.
It took me just 3 years to earn the money that bought it.
I thought you inherited your money.
I did, old sport. But I lost most of it in the big panic, the panic of the war.
Daisy came out of the house, and 2 rows of brass buttons on her dress gleamed in the sunlight.
That's a huge place there.
Do you like it?
I love it, but I don't see how you live there all alone.
I keep it always full of interesting people, night and day. People who do interesting things. Celebrating people.
After the house, we were to see the grounds and the swimming pool and the hydroplane and the midsummer flowers, but outside Gatsby's window, it began to rain again.
If it wasn't for the mist, we could see your home across the bay. You always have a green light that burns all night at the end of the dock. Daisy put her arm through his abruptly, but he seemed absorbed in what he had just said. Possibly it occurred to him that the colossal significance of that light had now vanished forever. Compared to the great distance that had separated him from Daisy, it had seemed very near to her, almost touching her. It had seemed as close as a star to the moon. Now it was again a green light on the dock.